But this week we wanted to, start with the basis of our why. What has drawn us to education, what makes us so passionate, and how we found our purpose, because to do this work truly is a calling, even if you
step a bit about that. One of the things that I've thought a lot about is, what is it that is the thing that Verta has been put on this planet to do? And I did a lot of visioning. I thought a lot about that. Harlem will be in the background tonight because it's the nighttime, the windows are open, and the mopeds and the motorcycles are out. And my whole goal is for anyone that I encounter, and very specifically Black, Indigenous, and people of color, to feel seen, heard, healed, and loved because of something that I have been able to provide them, to help them to find, to ask the right questions. I mean, a lot of times, and I've coached many of you all here, people always say, Verta, you don't really ever have any answers, but you sure got some good ass questions. And so it's like, because the questions lead us to that place. And so I thought about that. And so my why is that for anyone that I encounter, whether they be an adult or a child, to be seen, heard, healed, and loved. And that's a huge thing. And I believe that when I'm in the right place, that's what, right?
I think is what I'm craving a lot right now. And a big part of my why, I think, was about uplifting other people that maybe didn't come from wealth or didn't come from, the hookup with the company, didn't come from my parents understood business ownership, financial markets, like all of those things are what drove me into the work. And I've been thinking a lot about, so what makes me different? What makes me unique? What makes me special in this work? Because the system of education really is about making everyone the same and making everyone follow the same rules and making everyone feel like you have to be this to be successful. And I can say that my experience in the work has overall been good, but it's also been kind of oppressive and depressing at times. Because sometimes you feel like you have more, you are bigger than the thing that you are part of. And the educational system as an employee, and I think as a kid too, isn't necessarily set up for you to be bigger than what it has already defined as success. That is stressful as hell.
So my why, I mean, you three know me pretty well, kind of started out a little bit in a selfish sense because I like to do what I want to do and kind of lead with that, doing what I want to do. And the other piece is like, I'm a fixer, right? So I'm a strategist, and I always want to figure out, like, I find out, I look for what's broken and always have like 101 ideas about how to fix it. And I feel like that just kind of has been my journey in education. Like, I didn't go to public school as a child, and then starting in 2002 as a public school teacher, the first thing I thought about was like, wow, this could be really amazing, right? If we fixed it, right? Because it is and was a shit show. And we know what to do to fix it. We don't do it, right? Systemically, we don't do it. So a lot of the work has been around unpacking and trying to push people to think differently and do things differently. And then to say, fuck it, right? Like, don't do it. Do what you want to do. And then the things that you keep thinking that are keeping you from that, like, ask yourself why, right? The question, what is keeping you from doing the things that you want to do? I
was on an island by myself because the very thing that I wanted to do, the very thing that I had created, became like this burden to others. Like, I had to, when you defy the very thing that was made to oppress you, and you can actually show that you have no bondage over me, people get uncomfortable.
Very.
Mm-hmm. And they get really mad. Right? Like, how dare you? How dare you be the one to show that these things are possible? And because of that, the dragging. Now, y'all know all the dragging that I had to go through. And it's just like, do you recognize that I'm just here for kids? Like what I had to go through to get through before new leaders, just to get to new leaders as a teacher, to build my craft, to get to a place that new leaders recognize me as a true leader who is deserving of going to that next level, to get through just new leaders, get through an assistant principalship, do all the things to open up a school, and then to be in the position and then to be treated like I'm still not good enough.